I got what you need, 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 you remind me of the summer. You remind, I got what you need, I'm your lover. I got what you need, anytime.
What up, Spectrum Gang? Welcome back. This is All Into the Spectrum Podcast, episode 6. Yes, everyone. This is episode 6, and we are back with another banger here with the beautiful
Natalie over here on the right side. I got 3 next to me, per usual.
Actually, in front of you.
Same difference.
We changed our setup, and we are trying some new designs on how to be more comfortable with the podcast.
Right, we're trying to set up the vibe, the recording vibe.
So before we go on, I just noticed like all the podcasts that I watch, they're always sitting in really comfy positions.
Yeah.
Super cool chairs, drinking some wine.
Yeah.
Maybe a cigar.
It's always nice chairs.
It's always a vibe when it comes to the podcast. So this week we set up the podcast completely different from last week.
Right.
We're
Why not?
excited.
Yeah. Feels good.
All right, so we're going to dive right into Naya Rivera.
Yeah.
Sorry if I butchered your name.
How crazy is this story?
It's actually
She disappears at a lake with her 4-year-old child.
It is extremely scary, and it's a bizarre story.
I think it's very bizarre. So, all right, should we give the lowdown? I'm sure everyone has heard about this.
Yeah, she's been all over the web and social media. She's
an actress that disappeared at a lake in Southern California on July 8th.
Well, first give a little backstory. You know her from...
I know her from Glee.
Yeah.
But she's had appearances on a lot of popular shows, like, throughout her life.
Yes.
From when she was a kid, like, all the way up until now.
Right, she was in Disney, she was a Disney star also, too.
And she, like, apparently she was in Even Stevens, The Bernie Mac Show. She was a voiceover in American Dad. Csi Miami, like a lot of these really popular shows, she's been in a few episodes here and there.
So, I like that.
Yeah, she's a Hollywood actor. She went with her 4-year-old son. They rented a boat at Lake Piru, if that's how you say it, in Southern California. They left the dock at 1 p.m., and when they didn't come back at 4 p.m., they sent out like someone to go look for them.
Right.
But apparently, when they found the boat that she rented, her son was sleeping on the boat wearing a life jacket, like by himself.
Crazy.
And they asked the kid, hey, like, where's your mom? Whatever. And he said, oh, she was swimming off the boat and, like, disappeared under the water. That's what the kid told the police.
Yes.
That she was swimming and then disappeared in the water. This kid's 4 years old. That is wild.
I mean, he, can talk, so he used his words very openly because kids nowadays
they're completely honest. Yeah,
have nothing to hide.
He said exactly what he saw.
Yeah, mommy was swimming and didn't come back up.
And apparently this lake has been known, there's been some drownings in the past, just because the lake is known for these like strong, unpredictable currents that happen and have caused some deaths in the past.
Yeah,
but it just sounds very odd to me. Why would you go out and rent a boat with just you and your 4-year-old son? Like, that's very young. That's essentially, like, to me, that's like a baby. Like, you're going out there with your young child, just you two on a boat.
We actually did talk about this off camera, which I found it very accurate. I would do something similar to what she has done. Taking your child or someone, just you and another person, out to enjoy an activity versus inviting a group, making it an entire day.
But taking 2 adults out on a boat is way different than taking an adult and a 4-year-old child. That's a much different dynamic.
Let's talk about the father. They are in good standing, obviously.
I don't even know who that is, the father.
I mean, we looked him up. He's not really a famous person like her standards, but he is the father of this kid. Mm-hmm. He could have been there, obviously, if she wanted him there, but she didn't have him there that day. It was just her and him.
So anyway, they started out with 100 divers that were looking for her in the lake. Started out with 100, but apparently, like, visibility is super low. You can hardly see farther than a foot in front of you underwater. So the second day that she was missing, they kind of switched to like a recovery effort, and they reduced the number of divers that they were sending into the water, and obviously have still been unsuccessful in locating a body.
So what I think is these companies that rent out these boats have trackers. Track the last place where the boat officially stopped versus just looking all over the river. Track where the boat engine turned off, trace from the last point.
I wonder how deep the lake is, though, because it seems they made it seem in the reports that it was a super deep lake. And they also mentioned that there were plans to drain about 65 feet of the lake in August. I guess it's to be able to find this woman. But 65 feet, that's how much they're draining. And so there's still going to be like a huge lake after the draining, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So like, I wonder how that lake must be super deep.
Yeah, the lake conversation is obviously a little bit more extreme, so I can't even pinpoint how big it is, how large it is, width and depth.
Okay, I got it.
Talk to me.
Okay, Lake Piru.
Mm-hmm.
Max depth is 130 feet.
Yeah.
That's
That's so far
deep.
down. Your ears will pop at like 20.
Yeah, that's gonna be really hard to find her body. But like, I don't know. I've heard some like people, other podcasts and like news sources like speculate about possible suicide, and like she took her son out there because she was gonna kill him too, but then like backed out on it and just killed herself.
Ooh, you took it
You
there.
know?
I mean, definitely conspiracy heavy.
It's just so odd. Like, I know people can drown, like that's a thing that happens, but it's odd.
Let's just say she got eaten by an octopus. Because an octopus can easily grab its opponent and drag you down. Their tentacles can reach out to 12 feet, 20 feet high. They don't even have to be seen. They could have grabbed her foot and dragged her immediately down and sucked her life away.
Yeah, I mean, it's possible that she got attacked by something.
Don't make me seem like I'm driving this over the top.
No, we're trying to figure this out. We gotta have these conversations. We gotta
All right,
figure out
think
how
about
she died.
creatures that have that kind of elastic figure.
Well, that's really bad luck for her.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a bad way to go.
Let's move on. Let's send our condolences and our prayers to her family.
Yeah, I really hope they find her.
Alrighty, let's move on to the opening of Disney World.
Did you see all the pictures?
I mean,
the park?
I'm not really excited about Disney World. I mean, I went last year, like twice, and it was not in this condition. Obviously, the pandemic, everything is probably like super, super crazy over there, regulated to the highest.
No, did you see the pictures of just like groups of people, big crowds of people, distancing at all? Of course they're wearing masks, but like it was a crazy scene. So
I didn't see anything.
Apparently they opened up their site on June 24th and tickets for July were gone in minutes. Like people were online buying tickets, sold out within minutes. And so they're no longer allowing visitors to just walk up and buy tickets. You have to like make a reservation online in their designated time slots.
Gotcha.
But those sold out like very fast.
Yeah.
When they opened up that online portal.
Well, you can just see the level of excitement, and obviously Florida, all around the tri-state, people want to get out.
Yeah.
So their park opens. Kids have been cooped up for months in home, no school, no friends. Parents want to actually satisfy that need of getting them out, spending that top dollar for their kids to just be excited for that weekend or however long they go on vacation.
Yeah, and I guess it's one of the only things really open that people can do probably in Orlando.
I mean, we're
Florida.
not going to be going up there.
No, but
sadly,
not anytime soon.
Not
but
under
I want
these
to go like
circumstances.
maybe within the next year. I want to go to Disney World. But only 2 of the parks are open, so only Magic Kingdom and Animal Kingdom opened up. And they temperature check the visitors. So they probably do that forehead scan that temperature checks them.
As you walk in, they put a laser to your chrome.
Literally. But Epcot and Hollywood Studios are still closed. But they're supposed to open up next week.
My favorite park is the Magic Kingdom and Epcot, because
Yeah.
Epcot has like the rides, and
Yeah.
it's like kind of more of the cooler one and the newer one. The one that you mentioned, Animal Kingdom, and the other one,
Hollywood Studios.
Hollywood Studios, are just like a makeshift of all the characters, and it's really like boring, if you will. So
I mean, I've been to Disney World once, and I was like 6. So
Ooh.
I was scared of like all the characters and the rides. I was being a little bitch about it.
Shout out
So
to
I didn't
your
get
younger
to,
self.
Yeah, I didn't get to really absorb and like remember all the different attractions and rides and stuff. But I remember the important ones, like that log, the big log, and you would go down, it would splash you, whatever that is called. Space Mountain. I remember that, and I really liked Mickey and Minnie Mouse, meeting them.
Yeah.
Those are my favorite parts. But I want to go as an adult.
You will. You'll get out there.
But yeah, so it's just people were just breaking the internet about Disney World being open and just crowds of people in line, and you know, they were masked up, but it's still very scary to look at those scenes.
I could tell that Disney was dying to open. You know, obviously they have so many jobs. They employ so many people. I mean, upwards to 20,000 employees just in the park.
Yes.
So
and it's
people,
summer. Like, they're losing a lot of money.
Not even that. They're people dying to go back to work because they have nothing else coming for them.
Yeah, that too.
So
that's a good point.
It's definitely recommend people that want to go to the park, go to the park, support. Disney World is open, guys. If you're fortunate enough to get out there, go out there. Support the families that actually work there and congratulate them on getting back to work.
That's one way to look at it.
Absolutely.
So, I read something interesting the other day, and I wanted to talk about it. So, you know my feelings about mosquitoes, right?
Yeah.
I feel like I am actually allergic to them because whenever I get bit, I get like super big welts under my skin. Like, it's not just like a little itch. I have like really bad reactions, so I'm just like hyper aware in the summertime, being outside at night. Like, I'm just super aware of the mosquitoes, right?
Yeah, mosquitoes are not my best friend either.
I mean, no one likes them, but
I mean, I could deal with them, but it's just like,
sometimes I can't deal with them.
Why are they in my area? Like, dude.
So, apparently they're going to be really bad this year, and there's a couple reasons. So, 2 factors that affect mosquitoes are temperature and moisture, of course. So when it's colder outside, there's not as many mosquitoes. And once the temperature rises above like 50 degrees, that's what makes mosquitoes more active, okay? And this year, if you remember, we had a pretty mild winter. Like, it didn't get that cold.
No.
It maybe got to the 50s like once, or like 4 times maybe. So there wasn't a lot of suppression of the mosquitoes. Like, it never really got cold. And then also we had an early spring. Temperatures rose up pretty quickly, and so that made the mosquitoes come out way earlier.
Whoa.
And then the other thing is the moisture. So mosquitoes need water to lay their eggs. So the more it rains, the more areas that they have to lay these eggs, right?
Yes.
And if you remember back in May, like the beginning of spring, it started getting warm, and we had a lot of rain at the beginning.
Hurricane season.
Yeah, it started off like pretty hard, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it allowed these mosquitoes to reproduce super early in the year. And there were higher temperatures. So because they started reproducing early in the year, more generations of mosquitoes, and that's why there's going to be like probably a lot more this summer. And why we're probably already feeling the effects of that.
Have you ever seen the eggs of a mosquito, like how they hatch?
Yeah,
like,
I don't think so.
You've never seen them?
Probably teeny tiny.
I mean, that would be something to look into, because now you can know what to look for. Like, I have like an outdoor backyard, and we do water the grass a lot. We've got the jacuzzi. We have a little small pool. I want to see actually what they look like, so if I do see them around in areas, I'm not going to let them harvest and become...
Yeah, you gotta kill that.
You know, I'm going to destroy them, pour water on them, or just burn them.
Oh, wow.
With the torch.
Look at this. So I just looked up a picture of mosquito eggs.
Oh my god.
And it looks like it's just like a little honeycomb that's sitting on top of the water surface.
Literally.
It's like what their eggs look like. It looks like the inside of a beehive.
It's definitely very close. Very
just
close.
sitting on top of the water. Ugh, that is.
So
I don't
also
like that.
too, let me point out that there's the canal back there.
Behind your house.
Right. So definitely they're growing all of their little guys out there. 100%.
Yeah,
so,
we probably just can't see them really.
Well, you have to get in the water. No one's in the water half the time to be able to see anything. Unless it's the iguanas or the lizards that are obviously rotating in the area.
They're probably taking care of some of them.
They probably eat them, most likely.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they do. The iguanas definitely eat them, or the frogs. They get their way over there and feast because it's food.
Yeah. But the other part of this that I wanted to talk about, the headline that I saw that I really wanted to talk about, was that there's this British biotech company called Oxitec. It's Oxitec.
I've heard of them.
And listen to this. They won federal and state approval to release their genetically modified mosquitoes into the Florida Keys. Genetically modified mosquitoes. That sentence is terrifying to me. That is 100% disgusting.
Do you know what I noticed in that sentence alone?
What?
Well, my theory is it's a campaign that they started, like almost like a Kickstarter. Hey, we have this technology that we want to prove to you that we can use it for any kind of benefit. Whether it be transforming people's data, sending out these quote-unquote mosquitoes that you think you're getting bit by a mosquito, but
little
really
robots.
your blood is getting taken from you, then transported
for real
back to a lab where they are obviously doing other extracurricular things.
Interesting.
So what I would predict behind this story that you saw, obviously when someone gets in the headlines, that is called advertising, and that's a lot of money. Things don't just pop up in the headlines because we just woke up, oh, let me go check the news today. Everything that's in the news from catalog A down to Z is all an investment. People put money behind their product, and they want investors to then come back and invest in this brand. That's all it is.
So, they plan to release 750 million of its genetically modified mosquitoes into the Florida Keys and the Houston area in Texas. Ultimately with the goal to reduce the population of disease-carrying mosquitoes. Okay? So obviously there's a lot of groups that are suing the EPA, the Environmental Protection Agency, saying that they broke the law by not consulting with like wildlife agencies before ruling that these genetically modified species were okay and that they wouldn't harm other threatened species in those areas. So this Oxitec, they had a press release saying, quote, they trade-marketed the term friendly mosquito. That's like the name of the mosquito that they're putting out is the friendly TM mosquito. It's a major advancement in safe, targeted vector control technology to combat the mosquito that transmits Zika and yellow fever. That was their press release, like in support of their mosquito. And so basically the logic behind it is that the male mosquitoes are engineered to pass a gene to the female offspring that prevents the female from surviving to adulthood. Because, fun fact, I didn't know this, female mosquitoes are the ones that bite humans, where males don't. So, with fewer females to mate with, because the females are dying off before they reach adulthood, with fewer females to mate with, the population just declines, and so thereby spreading less disease throughout the human population.
Okay, hold on for a second.
Isn't that
Let's think
wild?
about that number. 750 million.
Like, where'd they come up with that?
Like, just think, that is an entire, part of the world.
Yeah.
Am I wrong?
I mean, that's a lot.
That's a lot of states together.
Huge, but also think about the little tiny mosquitoes. Like, it doesn't seem as... 750 million people is way different than 750 million mosquitoes.
But they're all doing the same thing. They have the one job to do.
You can get bit by one mosquito, it could kill you. Kill a whole human.
That just took breath out of my lungs thinking about that, because you're absolutely right. You've said when you go out on your journeys, you see these mosquitoes that are literally finger size.
Ugh, they're
so
gross.
Imagine you don't even know the size of these genetically
They're probably
created
a little bit
ones.
bigger.
We
Yeah.
don't know. What if they're huge? Like
Oh,
they're the size of, like
Like
a
our
dog or
palm.
something. Like, I don't know. We don't really know what we're up against right now, but we just know that there's big money behind it, and it's a total cover-up of something else.
Like a mosquito the size of a dog truly is like what that's nightmare fuel for me.
I'm not going outside. The mosquito can probably open the door. How about that?
That's so disgusting.
It can open the door and get in your house.
I really don't like that. But I will, as the environmentalist of the group, I have to point out the benefits of mosquitoes too.
Yeah.
Because I really don't like them, and I could probably do without mosquitoes literally forever. But let's just acknowledge their very few benefits in nature. Okay? And many scientists will agree that mosquitoes usually present more of a hassle than they do have a value. Yeah, so I just thought that was a cool topic to talk about, especially since it's summer and we're experiencing the mosquitoes at their prime right now. We gotta talk about this.
Yeah, we gotta bring awareness to the world. Definitely utilizing your platform right now, Natalie.
Yeah.
Definitely a good choice of what you need to do. Don't be afraid. Never be afraid to use your voice. And this is what we're doing here, guys. So that was the green corner.
And now the mosquitoes know where we stand.
On the
Don't
opposite
come
side.
for us.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're not on your side, guys. We're not on the mosquito side.
Sorry.
Dudes.
But let's talk about ourselves a little bit. We just went really hard on the current events.
I love it.
Yeah.
All right, so next topic, let's talk about what we did on Friday.
We went out to dinner.
Yeah.
An Italian restaurant.
Give a little backstory. This is our third official outing after the pandemic increased. Mind you, Florida, over the 4th of July weekend, seen crazy spikes in the cases.
And today there was another high hit with numbers.
Crazy. And we're still going out little by little.
We're really not.
We're really not.
Like,
Don't get
we've
that.
gone out to dinner literally out 3 times.
That's good.
In probably 2 months.
We're almost at your favorite number, 4.
Which is 4.
Almost there.
Okay, so we went to this Italian place on La Solis, of course. That's our spot.
Yeah.
Piazza Italia.
Piazza Italia.
I got a prosciutto pizza. It had some arugula and parmesan mozzarella.
Natalie got a prosciutto pizza messola.
And what'd you get to eat?
I got a spaghetti bolognese.
It was so good. Like spaghetti.
Sorry about my voice. So I got a spaghetti bolognese. I had to embrace the Italian because I was feeling like bella.
It was just basic spaghetti, but it was so yummy.
Bella.
Okay. And also, my pizza, we were going off about the pizza. The crust was, like, perfect. I like that wood-fired, kind of thinner crust that has, like, the black bubbles underneath.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's actually unpack how our night went. So, we parked VIP right behind the actual restaurant, and me, obviously, I love walking through the back. Like, Nat always tries to stop me. Next restaurant, you're not stopping me.
Okay, that happened one time.
Twice. This is the second time.
What was the other place?
The other time was at the
Oh!
other. Ha 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 ha. Ding, ding, ding.
I did stop you from going through the back.
We need to stop
twice.
stopping. We need to go through the back and pull up like we need to pull up.
Okay, you have my word that the next restaurant will walk through the back together.
It just feels better. You get to see the scenery versus going through the front and like they tell you stop. What do you want? If we go through the back, we already been there.
We look like we've been there,
We
yeah.
look like we're in there already. Now we can tell you, hey, we want to get a table out front or inside. Whatever we feel like doing, we can make a decision. When you come from the outside, there is no element of surprise. You're just a regular person walking through the door.
True.
Trying to not be on that wave anymore. I'm trying to definitely be on the opposite side.
Well.
1%er.
We did end up going to the front, but we got sat right away. We got a nice table outside on the patio.
You tell them.
Waiter was quick with the water, with the drinks, took our order.
Unpack a little bit more. The hostess was pregnant. It was kind of cool to see that. I was like, whoa.
Wait, we didn't talk about that at the time because I peeped that, but we never talked about it.
I peeped it and I was like, I'm not going to say anything about it. It's just like...
I mean, what's the big deal? She's pregnant. people pregnant.
How many other people want jobs right now, though? Like, she should be home getting ready to deliver. Am I wrong?
She gotta support the baby, though.
She does not need to be at work on her feet, probably getting coronavirus, coming across all these people.
True, but if she needs to make money, baby, that's how it has to be.
There's got to be two sides to that. She needs a breadwinner husband that can take care of her, who's the father of the baby.
Okay, I don't want to dive into this girl so much. I don't really care that.
Okay.
Anyway,
we're gonna keep that. We're keeping that.
She was pregnant. Okay, the host was pregnant. She was wearing a cute little dress. You want to keep talking about her?
Whoa, we got set.
Okay, we got set.
Our server came up. No name. Like I told you, there's no name.
You did call that.
It's gonna be, can I get you anything to drink? What do you like? Water? Okay. You want an actual drink? Nat gets her usual.
Old fashioned.
Oldie. God, you love those old fashions.
Man, I want one right now, actually.
So.